Hockey's back. Montreal Canadiens at the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens hockey game. Game preview, lineups, the Guess the Score contest, good hockey talk, and more. Get your questions ready with your host, Rick Seligman. Go Habs, go! Hey everybody, I am Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. So we got hockey tonight. Yeah. AHL hockey, from what you'll see the lineups. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's going to be an interesting game tonight. And I'm talking to myself, nobody here yet. Kind of didn't expect a lot of people in tonight. But we're going to see what happens with that. So we got a game. And, it's just, it's going to be interesting. Wait, I just got a text from Matt. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what kind of lineup. Oh, awesome. We might have some special guests when Matt joins. All right, let's get back to you guys. It says so we got it's a special lineup. A special lineup you'll see. I'll get to the pregame or the preview for the game. Let's see who's here. I see 3 people in the chat. Daryl Adams is here. Daryl Adams, if you are watching, and I'll type this in here, you won that hat on the special draw on my anniversary show. And you weren't in the, so I'm going to let him know. I don't know if he'll get this or not. Hang on a sec. Just hang on a sec. I know it's not really the thing to do while you're on, but I have to take care of business here. With your address, and I'm done. I type with one finger on each, and that's why it takes so long. And there you go. There you go. All right, so let's get well, nobody else talking to me anyway. So, but there's 5 people in the room. 5 people. We're going to watch the game. It's going to be my last game for the year because next Thursday, the Carolina game, I have a dentist appointment at 7:00. So I can't do that game. And then the game after that is going to be against the Panthers on January 1st. So so this is my last live stream for the new year. I might do one tomorrow for members and the membership drive, but basically last game for me for 2021. So be interesting. There are some interest. Actually, you know what? I better do this because I have some information. They've changed January's games. The Montreal will not be playing home games in January because of the fact that there are no fans in the stands. So the Canadian teams that have this issue, their games, early January games, are being postponed, and the December ones are being postponed or canceled, and then they're going to make them up later when they're hopefully going to have fans in the stands. One of Montreal's games that is being canceled or postponed is a Boston game in Montreal that's now been placed. Instead of being in Montreal, they're going to play that same day in Boston, and they'll make up the home game later on. So it's everywhere. A lot of stuff happening. Let's see. Listen, since nobody's talking to me, let's just do my preview. So here's the game preview. And this is what I got for you guys. There is some news. I guess I'll go over the announcement. I think it was yesterday, Saturday. I don't remember anyway. Maybe yesterday. I did a video on this. So the NHL and NHLPA, this was reported by Elliot Friedman. So this did happen. They're working on COVID roster protection, right? So they're going to have taxi squads are back. Emergency call-ups as long as the player is making no more than $1 million. For goalies, if you need 2 goalies, you got to call up a second one in an emergency. It doesn't count against the caps. It doesn't matter what he's making. Guys on taxi squads can only spend 20 days cumulative. And this taxi squad stuff, all this stuff is going to go till the All-Star break. So you can only spend 20 days cumulative on that list or on that squad from now till then. So there'll be some movement there. You can't place a guy like from your team and he's whatever. He has to. There's minimum games. I don't know how to put it, but they have to play a certain amount of games or not have played a certain amount of games to qualify. Otherwise, you can't put them there. Waivers matter, so you still have the waiver wire and salary cap issues are still there. But, the teams are now carrying taxi squads again. On that note, because of all the call-ups in the taxi squads, Laval Rocket signed forward, this name is from the past, Devontae Smith-Pelly to PTO, professional tryout. So Smith-Pelly, once again, is in the Habs organization. Whether he makes it or not, I don't know. He was last a Hab and only a Hab then from 2014 to 2016. Didn't last there too long. I didn't have much of an impact as far as I remember. So Smith-Pelly back in the organization. The Habs have reassigned defenseman Louis Belpedio from Laval to the taxi squad. He is in Tampa with the team. I'm going to repeat. I'm not doing the Carolina game on Thursday. I have a dentist appointment at 7 p.m. So this will be the last live stream for the games this year, not this season, but this year because it's the end of the year. What else is there? Tampa Bay Goalies tonight. Both Tampa Bay Goalies on the COVID list and quarantining. I wrote here, maybe Montreal has a chance. And then they announced Manny Lagasse is in goal tonight for them. That being that he's from Quebec, that he's a guy that they brought in on an emergency basis. Lagasse is going to get a shutout tonight. There's my prediction. Shutout tonight for Lagasse because that's the way it's been going. Montembeault starting tonight for Montreal. Jake Allen on COVID protection list or protocol list, excuse me. So Montembeault, his backup is Primo. Primo's been called up. He was on the taxi squad, but now he's on the. So they called up Primo, Sheneman, Baddock, Hillis. I'm forgetting two guys, and two other guys to be on the taxi squad. I think they had to put two of them in because they called up two more guys, and Belpedio was one of them. Just to remind the taxi squad stuff and this changes to the CBA, they're temporary only till the All-Star game. That I just brought this one up. The NHL, as I said, is postponing 9 Canadian games due to attendance restrictions. Montreal has 9 home games just alone in January, but they're postponing 9 games right now. For now, they'll postpone, I'm sure, the rest of them if they're not able to have fans in the stands by that time. So the National Hockey League announced today that due to COVID-related issues affecting both clubs, tomorrow's Detroit Red Wings and New York Islanders games postponed. In addition, the NHL announced that due to current attendance restrictions in certain Canadian cities, 9 additional games will be rescheduled for dates later in the season when such restrictions may be eased or lifted. Makeup dates for the games have yet to be established. As well, the Boston-Montreal game on Wednesday, January 12th at Bell Center will now be played at TD Garden in Boston. A makeup date for the Montreal Canadiens home game against the Bruins will be announced at a later date. So that's what I was talking about before. The game tonight, finally the game preview. Montreal 7-21-3, 17 points, 8th in the Atlantic. Tampa 26-4, 44 points, 1st in the Atlantic. So the yin and yang of the division, top and bottom, where you can watch this game. Start time 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's 4 p.m. Pacific. TSN2 in English, RDS in French, and in the States, in the Lightning region, Bally Sports Sun. Streaming ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, TSN Direct, and Hulu. And if you want to go to the other side, it's Sports Surge. Anybody wondering why I did not do the Team Canada game, the first one was because I couldn't get the game. And then since these games are on, it kind of conflicts with what but I couldn't get the game. That's why I didn't do it. Betting lines for tonight. The spread, Montreal is a plus 1.5. That gives you a minus 105. Tampa Bay, it's a minus 1.5, gives you a minus 115. The money line, Montreal plus 225. Tampa Bay minus 275. Over-under is 6 goals. The over pays you minus 120 and the under plus 100. Last time these two teams met, December 7th, the Lightning won 3-2. Not a surprise. Last 10 games for each of these teams, 2-7-1 for Montreal. That seems to be a number that they're often. They are on a 1-game winning streak. Woo! 8-1-1 for Tampa on a 3-game winning streak. Excuse me. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for 48.5% for Montreal, 21st in the league. 50.4% for Lightning, 17th in the league. I will say this before I continue here. These two teams that are out there tonight, not the same teams. So I don't know how much you can read into any of these stats right now, but I'm going to give them anyway. Goals per game, 2.13 for Montreal, 31st. 3.20 for Tampa, 10th. Goals against per game, 3.52 for Montreal, 29th. 2.60 for Tampa, 7th. Power play percentage, 12.5%. 31st for Montreal, 18.7%, 18th for Tampa. Surprises me that it's not higher. PK percentage, 71.6% for Montreal, 29th. 79.1% for Tampa, 21st. And their head-to-head record the last time they played each other in the season, regular season, not playoffs. Or no, this year, I'm talking. It says head-to-head 19-20. That's what threw me off. It's this year. They played already. 0-1-0 for Montreal, 1-0-0 for Tampa. Face-off percentage, Montreal 48%, 24th in the league. Tampa 49.3%, 19th in the league. Again, surprises me Tampa's isn't better than that. The current line. Montreal road record is 2-11-2. And Tampa's home record is 10-3-2. Based on that, not looking good for Montreal. Record versus the spread, 12-19-0 for Montreal, 14-16-0 for Tampa. Record versus over-under, 15-16-0 for Montreal, 15-14-1 for Tampa. Versus the opponent last 3 seasons, not including playoffs, 1-9-0. That's Montreal's record, and 9-1-0. That's Tampa's record. Last 10 games versus spread, 4-6-0 for Montreal, 6-4-0 for Tampa, and last 10 games versus over-under, 3-7-0 for Montreal, 5-5-0 for Tampa. Team leaders. On Montreal, there's only one of the team leaders on the ice tonight. For goals, Josh Anderson, 7. Points, Nick Suzuki, 18. Time on ice, Ben Sherratt, 23-30. Sherratt's out. And wins, Jake Allen, 5. And he's been stuck on that 5 for forever. On the other side, goals, Steven Stamkos, 14. Assist points, Steven Stamkos, 35. And time on ice, Victor Hedman, 24-54. And wins, Vasilevsky, 17. What a difference there, right? 17-5. Players to watch last 5 games. Points for Montreal, Drouin. For Tampa, Stamkos, 7. Goals, Montreal, and for Tampa, Drouin for Montreal, Hedman for Tampa, 2 goals. Assists, Savard for Montreal, 2, Stamkos for Tampa, 5. Plus minus, Drouin for Montreal, 2, and Sergachev for Tampa, 3. Those 2 guys traded for each other. That's funny that it ends up that way. Goalies tonight. On the Montreal side, those 2 are the goalies that are starter and backup. Montembeault starting, 1-4-1, 3.65 goals against, and an 8.97 save percentage. On the other side, neither Vasilevsky or Elliott are healthy. They're on the list. And Manny Lagasse is starting. Hasn't played in the league this year, so no record. Atlantic Division standings. Tampa in the lead. Toronto right behind them. 2 points. Florida, 2 points behind Toronto. And it's Detroit, Boston, Buffalo, Ottawa, and bringing up that rear, good old Montreal. Habs lineup tonight. One line could be a line in an actual NHL team. Nick Suzuki centering Drew Gallagher. And then you start stretching. Second line, Paling with Harvey Pinard on the left and Caulfield on the right. And I don't mind that line at all, actually. But it's not really a second line, right? Third line, Jake Evans with Belzile on the left and Ilonen on the right. And then fourth line, Paquette in between Pizzetta and Vadimo. Romanov and Savard, first pairing. Kulak and Clegg, second pairing. Niku and Sheneman, third pairing. Sheneman making his Habs debut, as is Raphael Harvey Pinard. Primo's backing up Montembeault, scratched. Paul Byron is scratched, which means Byron is almost ready. Injured, Dvorak lower body, Toffoli upper body, Anderson upper body, Edmondson undisclosed, but we know it's his back. COVID protocol list: Dauphin, Hoffman, Lehkonen, Allen, Sherratt, Petrie, and Weidman. And Weidman, I just, once again, thoughts to his family. He just had a baby, and just hope all was okay there. On the Lightning side, their lineup: Braden Point back in the lineup in between Killorn and Joseph. Stamkos centering Palat and Radish. Colton centering Maroon and Fortier. What a Maroon. Nash centering Kachuk. Different spelling. And Corey Perry. Hedman and Ruda, first pairing. McDonough and Bogosian, second pairing. Sean Day making his NHL debut. And Cal Foote, third pairing. And like I said, Lagasse as the goalie. Hugo Alnefelt as the backup. Scratched. Gemel Smith, Darren Radish. So there's two Radishes. Wow, there's two Radishes. That's a weird name, and there's two of them on that team. Injured, Kucherov, lower body. Chernak, lower body. COVID. Chiarelli, Belmer, Sergachev, Suster, Vasilevsky, and Elliott. And there you go, boys and girls. That is my preview. Let's see. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Darcy Barnes and Quinn, how's it going? Don't know why they don't give McNiven's a game. Well, he's up. He's the third goalie right now, so he's on the taxi squad. I don't disagree with you, but listen, you know what? Montembeault showed flashes of something. I think he needs a better look. I don't mind it here. What's the difference? Are they gonna make the playoffs? No. So let's take a look and make sure. Maybe Montembeault's worth keeping around. Maybe not. We'll see. I like some of what he's done. I want to see more just to make sure. That's it. Well, we got 13 people. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the preview that I gave. And let's get some questions going. I got another 20, 25 minutes to go before we're done. So lots of time here. You know what I'm going to go do? Yeah, I know the problem. Let me just go and take care of that problem. I'll open up the chat. Because, it's the problem. People don't want to wait or take a subscribe. Why should Rick get subscribers? Why? Come on. He's too old for that. I'll open it up, though. I'm opening it up by, I'll just make it anyone. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the chat is open. Let it not hold you back. So, my guess for the game tonight. 3-0 Tampa. Lagasse he's gonna get a shutout. It's gonna happen. Just because there was how long that break was, doesn't mean things are gonna change. Besides, I know both teams aren't at full strength, but I still think Tampa's a better team with whatever's happening. So, you know what? If Jake Allen was in net, I might have a different feeling of that, obviously. But, and I'm not putting it on Montembeault. It's just, I think if he only gives up 3 goals, it's pretty good for him against Tampa. Although, like I said also, who knows? These aren't the same 2 teams. They're, with all these COVID and injuries and all that. It's like, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a win. You never know. Okay, well, I opened it up. I opened the chat up. Please, chat. Minus 300 odds. Tampa, it's almost worth it to take Montreal. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, $10 on Montreal will get you a pretty good return. And if you put a lot more and they win, yeah. You could tell that they think there's going to be some scoring because the over-under was 6. It's usually 5.5, so it's a little different. They figured there's going to be a little extra scoring there. I mean, considering the 2 goalies, there probably will be. Although, like I say, Legas will get a shutout because that's just how it is for Montreal this year. You'd think, right, going in here's an opportunity for Montreal. Hey, maybe we can. They don't have goalies. Maybe we can do something. But, considering all the guys out, not going to happen. And then again, these guys that they brought up, maybe they're just full of piss and vinegar tonight and they want to make an impression. And we see a pretty good game by Montreal, and that could happen too. I mean, I like some of these guys, obviously. I like to see how Raphael Harvey-Pinard is going to do in his first game. I like that kid. I think he's going to be, it's not going to be a great player or a superstar, but I something about him I like. I think he's going to be a damn good player, especially for a 7th-round pick. There's another thing, right? I got to look at the lineup. There's Evans is in the lineup. Raphael Harvey-Pinard is in the lineup. Primo is backing up Montembeault. That's 3 7th-round picks that are right now, in the Habs lineup. That's pretty awesome. That's 3 7th-rounders. I know they're not going to be regulars right now, but are in the lineup. I mean, Evans is a regular now. I think that's something. Now I can't cajole you guys into more conversation. It's going to be a monologue. Rick's going to try to talk somehow. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you my news. So my news is the household is in a COVID scare. My son is he got the symptoms. Not all of them yet. He's just not feeling great. So he was out. They went to a restaurant 4 days ago, Christmas Eve morning. The timing is perfect. He started feeling like this yesterday. I have a scratchy throat and a dry cough. So there you go. That's my one symptom today. What does it mean? Don't know, but we're in a COVID scare right now. So Matt's gone through this twice already. And this is my first, I'm going to say my first official this is a real COVID scare this time. So we'll see what's happening. This is my sister texting me. My dad is in one of the Jewish old people's homes, I guess, old folks' homes. They've got a thing there. So yeah, they're on lockdown isolation. We can't go. They're going to give us their testing and all that. So yeah, so COVID scares all around today here. Montreal's numbers for today, which were yesterday's numbers, I guess, 12,833 for new cases diagnosed, which is probably way under the actual cases, people diagnosing at home with the tests and all that. It's, do I expect to get very sick if I have it? No, I don't. I've been boosted as well 5 days ago. Only 5 days, but hopefully it'll give me some protection. So yeah, so we got some more people. All right. Let's see. Quinn says, it says Habs can't draft properly in my. Yeah, well, I don't know. They can't develop. That's the problem. I mean, is that not if you pick 3 guys in the 7th round that have come through? I mean, that's part of drafting properly. So I don't know if I'll agree with you, but I mean, it's more development. But I guess it does say something about the earlier picks. True, you're right. So I'll give you that. Joe Friday, Adamy, And Aki, hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for you guys coming in and talking to me. Joe Friday, does Ducharme finish the season? Probably does. Probably does. I know the last game, maybe the last two, he was playing the kids better, like more. I think he has directive to do that. If he does that, yeah, I think he does. Does he make it to next season? I don't. But and considering everything's going on, yeah, if this keeps happening and the scares and the COVID scares keep happening, then why not just leave him there? Do you think Paling has turned a bit of a corner? I do. I think Paling. I think he's become an NHLer. I think yes. I think he's now at the beginning of his NHL career. So I like what I've seen from him. Is he wowing me? No, but I mean I like what I see from him right now, as opposed to every time before this. Quinn, you had to stand in line 4 hours to get tested in Kirkland. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, well, if he still feels this way tomorrow, we're going to try to get him tested. It's just ridiculous. You got to go there, get tested. You got to get there. We have to take the bus. So, you got to put people at risk to go get a test. That's the thing that's holding us back. If I drove or he drove, we'd go. Easy peasy, but it's not as easy for us. Yeah, Aki, you see, it sucks. And, I think we're going to hear a lot of this kind of stuff. I've read where they think we're all going to get it at some point. This is way too infectious. And let's just hope it's not as deadly as it seems not to be. So let's hope that is really true. And then it's not as, especially if you've been vaccinated, you'll get it, but you shouldn't be too sick. Should have kept Kokanyemi. I said that, but I don't know that that's something we can say based on his play. Why? Because he has 7 goals. I mean, he's playing on a really good team. Would he have 7 goals here in Montreal this season? I highly doubt that. So I don't compare that. I don't look at that and go, oh, look, no, I don't look at it that way. I mean, look at their team. Come on. The fact that he's only got 7, I think maybe he should have better points. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Matt, I did see Brad Marchand's tweet. He basically said players, it's up to them whether they want to go. They should be allowed to go to Beijing if they want. Now, he's opted out. So it's not that he's saying, yeah, I want to go to Beijing and all that. But he is saying that if you want to go, you should be able to go. But he doesn't want to go because unless I read it wrong, he opted out of going to Beijing. Am I right about that, Matt, since you're over there? Hey, Daryl, yes. Yes, I will, Daryl. I autographed them all. Don't worry, I will. And congrats, Congrats. Hey, listen, you put in so many comments, first in line all the time. It was kind of appropriate that it happened that way, but I'm happy that you're happy about it. Jack, yeah, back to hockey. For better or worse, kind of like a marriage, right? We'll see how it goes. I mean, I do believe that if COVID is, if the Omicron is not as deadly, not as, and even not as, doesn't make you nearly as sick as long as you're vaxxed. Yeah, I think these guys are fine as long as they're tested and, they have to do whatever the things and guys, and the list is still there. I think it's fine to still play as long as there's enough bodies to fill the rosters. But we don't really know this about this. We're still a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks behind the data that'll say that, yeah, this isn't as deadly. Matt, yes, but I think he was saying that the decision should have been left to the players. But once all these, it was known once there were so many postponements and cancellations that they had to say no because they said that that's what they were going to do. They were going to get an 82 game schedule in if they could, and if they couldn't go to the Olympics, they weren't going to go. They had that the NHL could make that final decision if that was the case, and it was the case. So, I mean, I kind of read that and I was like, I don't really understand why that's an important thing now that he said that. I mean, they can't go, they're not going, and it doesn't make it, it's like, it's a moot point at this point. But that's me and that's my way of thinking. And who the hell am I, right? Believe me, nobody important. Hey, J Fed, how's it going, man? Yeah, I think everybody's feeling kind of like me. I'm predicting 3-0 because Legas is going to get a shutout. He's from Quebec. It's his first game in the NHL this year. Actually, it'll only be his second game in 2 seasons. He's going to shut us out tonight. Yep, that's how it's going to go. Unless this little break that we just had, unless that changed the momentum or how it, if it changed everything, you were getting shut out. Jack, I did about the USA game. So there's 2, I believe it's the goalies too, for the USA team that are on out on COVID. And now the reason they forfeited was this is what I believe. They had an agreement that all the teams agreed to going into this tournament that if this happened, that you have to forfeit the game. I think that's it. Or they made the decision that by forfeiting the game, they go to 1-1, and the who are they forfeiting to? I can't remember. And they go to 1-1. It keeps their chances to to make it through the round robin. It's still the same as long as they can play the next game. So I'm not sure if it's because they had to forfeit because of pre-agreements going into the tournament or not. Hey, Randy, how's it going? Starting goalies are Montembeault and not Manny. I keep saying Manny because that's the older one. I think it's his kid or his nephew, Maxime Legas. His second start in 2 years and his first start this year. Hey, Filibuster, how's it going? Ooh, Randy's taking Habs. Sherratt's not getting a goal. That I can tell you. Sherratt's not in the lineup tonight. Listen, a lot of you guys here are late. I'm going to put up the lineup. Here's the lineup for tonight. So anybody wants to know who's in, who's out, there's your lineup. As you see on defense, Romanov, Savard, Kulak, Clegg, and Niku Sheneman. No Sherratt, because on the bottom there, you see he's on the list. So these guys here on the bottom, Dauphin, Hoffman, all those guys are still on the list after 2-3 days. That means they've got COVID. They're out for the 10 days. So when they're out for 10 days, they're not back for. I don't even know when Montreal's next game is. I guess they're playing Thursday. I'll just let everybody that's in now. I'm not here Thursday. I have a dentist appointment at 7 p.m. on Thursday, so I can't do the Carolina game. So, Matt, if you're here and we're talking now, if I don't remember, if you can do the game and everything, I mean, I'll set it all up for you. So if Thursday you can do the game, I'll set everything up, and then you could do the game. That's up to you if you're able to. There won't be a pregame, that's all. And Matt can do the game at 7. So if he wants to do that, so just look for that. If there's a game there, it will be Matt. I won't be there, but we could have it up. Renault, welcome in, buddy. And Montembeault is starting tonight, as is Maxime Legas for Tampa, because Vasilevsky and Elliott are both out with COVID. Phil says Habs 6-3 and Jake the Snake with the first goal. You guys are optimistic. I mean, I love your optimism for the team that I love, but I just don't see it tonight. I'm going to be the realist. You guys can be the optimist, and I'm good with that. I'm curious, since we have a little bit of lag here, we got 10 more minutes. The U.S. for the Olympic team has named John Van Beesbrook as the GM. I'm curious what everybody thinks about that. John Van Beesbrook in 2003 called the captain of his team, who was a black player, Trevor, I don't remember his last name, called him when talking amongst people, and he was overheard, the N-word when referring to him as, you know, in the the N-word there that's how he referred to him. He didn't deny this when confronted about it by media, I think, and said, yeah, he said it. He said, yeah, it was just a mental mistake. The mental mistake was that you're a racist and you said it. And then you admitted it. Now he's been named as the GM. Like, really? So what about all the black players that are going to be on that team? How do they feel about that? Anyway, I'm curious what you guys think about that. You think after, I think it's 18 years, has he rehabilitated himself? Do racists rehabilitate? I'm curious. The reason why I got into a bit of a slight argument on Twitter with a guy from Beaconsfield, as a matter of fact, about it. And he was he said, because he's a devoted Catholic or a Christian, and he's devoted himself to Christian hockey, that he should be forgiven. I had a few things to say about that, as some of you might imagine. And I'm curious what you guys think about that. Aki, you got to give the first goal. The winner, that's fine, but you got to give the first goal for the contest. A bunch of energetic youngsters that are not allowed to go out against the fourth-string goalie. High scoring for... Yeah, but I mean, there's more talent on the forward group on the Tampa Bay side, and we got Montembeault. Now, not really a knock on Montembeault, but really he's going to be that much better? Is he... I mean, he's playing second string now. Is he really a second string goalie? No. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, listen, having faith in your team and all that, nothing wrong with that when it's the Habs, man. It's just I can't do it tonight. That's all. And I envy you that, you know, I envy you that you're still that way. I'm not. Doesn't mean I don't love my team, though. And I support them, and I want them to win tonight. And you'll see, I want them to win, but I don't see it happening. J-Fed, I mean, fair enough. But I mean, to say that it was a long time ago, yeah, I don't know. It's not a word I say. Not a word I say to anybody or that I even have to think to say. The fact that someone could think that to say to somebody, to me, means you are what you are. But, you know, that's fine. And you're right. You're not. I'm an American. I'm a dual citizen. So, you know, I don't like that. I think that needs to be drummed out of sport, especially when there's so many black athletes. How can you have a guy doing that had that reputation? Who's going to want to play for him? I don't get it anyway. That's me. All right, I got you, Aki. We'll just change it to Paling. And the overtime, that never, I mean, it's fine. You give it, you don't have to call overtime for the contest. It ain't required. Let's see, what do we got? Another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes. Please give a thumb up. A thumb. Well, it is a one thumb. It's not like I gotta give thumbs, but they say thumbs up. Yeah, if you're having a good time, enjoying the show. Hey, Andre, how's it going there? Hey, how cold is it there today, man? I'm curious. Andre's in Russia. He's either in Russia or from Russia, but I think he's in Russia and from Russia. Oh, we're dropping like flies. As soon as you say, we're almost done, everyone goes. Yeah, listen, I gotta save something for the hangout. Hopefully Matt will be. He said he should be there for the hangout, so it won't just be me with this bit of a sore throat. Is minus 40. Yikes! That's what it is in BC. It's crazy cold. Aki, yeah. Like I said, if you want to call the OT, no problem. But if it's like you get the score and it's not OT, it won't cost you a win. Andre, what time is it there now? Like here, it's 5:40 p.m. So I'm curious what the time difference is down there, out there, wherever, however, whatever direction it's in. Check my Facebook messages. What happened? It's almost 9 a.m. there. Wow, that's a good bit ahead. That's a good bit ahead. So you're looking at 16 hours difference. Matt, okay, I'll try to remember to do that when I'm done. Yeah, okay. Something happened? I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook these days. So if you send me messages there, I don't always see them right away. My apologies, though, for that. But anyways, Matt's job to really be checking Facebook. Just look right now. I got to open it up. I'm not on there. Hang on. I'm going to look right now. Right now. Facebook messages. From where? I mean, I got a lot of messages, Matt. Who from? What am I looking for? Habs news. I don't see anything like that. No, I can't find anything, Matt. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me more specifics. Dauphin is gonna get not much of that tonight, Renault. He's on COVID, so he's out for 10 days. So I don't know how he's gonna get that. Maybe on NHL 21 or 22, whatever they're at. But he's not getting that tonight. Romanov's in the lineup, and he should have some good ice time tonight. Andre, you're looking at the sun that we get to see tomorrow. Matt says that's from you. I don't see anything from you. On which one? Is it on the Talking Habs one? Let me see. There might be one from you here. Yeah, I don't see anything from you, buddy. I don't see nothing. You sure you sent it on Facebook? You sent me an article. Did you send it? You must have sent it to the to me. Hang on, logging into the other one. Did you send it to me? Yeah, you sent it to me personally. That's why I didn't see it. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I have that. You're late to the game, my friend. I already announced that. You want me to do it again? What he's talking about is the games that are postponed. So I'll put it up here. This is what Matt is trying to get me to show. They've postponed Canadian games that have attendance restrictions. That's what Matt's talking. But I talked about that early on. So kind of, if you want, because I'm at the end here, if you want, you got to replay. So sorry about that. Let's see. Let me get the last couple of. Andre, you are seeing the no. So yeah. You talked about how was my Christmas? Very good. My Christmas was good. Hey, happy birthday, Eric! Happy birthday. How old are you? Happy birthday to Eric, everybody! Some Eric birthday wishes in the room. How old you gonna be, bud? Or how old are you? You're not gonna be. It's today. And we'll head out with that info if we get it. Because I still got stuff to do to get my ass ready for the next for 7. I'll be back at 7 for the game. Montreal's at Tampa. We're gonna have the game right here. Hopefully Matt will be back with us. Matt might even be at the game. Hey, Matt, you could actually be at the game, right, Matt? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more, say no more. Yeah, I guess that's it then. I felt like right now doing that as I'm going soon, I feel like Carol Burnett. You have to be old to get that reference, I think. All right, we're waiting for Eric to tell us how old he is, and then I'm heading out of here. So thanks. On your way out, please give a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I'll be back at 7. We'll do the game. We'll have play-by-play commentary, and hopefully have some fun and some good hockey talk. And that's at 7. So Montreal is in Tampa. It's kind of like the Montreal Rocket playing the Tampa's minor league affiliate, although Tampa has more NHL guys in their lineup than we do. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to cut it here. Eric, you'll let us know in the hangout how old you are. And so once again, happy birthday. And thanks, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate that. Stay safe till 7 when I'm back on. You can't get sick till then. Just can't do it. And we'll see you there. Peace out. See y'all in a bit. Bye, everybody.